Can you hear the music?
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, you can. Dude, it fucking fires me up. When I hear the song start fucking playing, I just want to slap baby.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah. This part. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Man, isn't that just like so fucking just like it makes you want to play the World Series,
Just
which can be
pumps you
won
right
tonight.
up.
It's not looking like the Jays are going to win it, but
Yeah, I haven't really been following, but I mean, kind of sucks that they're sounds like they're not doing so well tonight. But getting that far is a long ways for them for how they've been the last few years, right?
they weren't supposed to win this series. This series was supposed to be quite out of reach for them, right? Like the it's David versus Goliath. I'm not even a baseball fan. I don't like baseball, right? But like I found myself watching my very first baseball game like a few days ago. That 18 inning game was my very first baseball game I ever watched. So
That's a long game to start off with.
yeah, I came in. I came in around like the sixth inning or something like that. But still, to sit around there for 12 innings is crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking nuts, man. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of On the Throne with Dick, man. Shout out to Senjin Boychuk for that, intro. Find him everywhere on the socials, man. But this week on the podcast, man, I'm joined by, did you say Doug?
It's Ryan.
See, I fucked that right up. Like it's Ryan, like
Pretty
we
close.
got
Pretty
Ryan.
close. Yeah.
Doug. Oh, Ryan, man, fucking, co-founder of Big Dawg.
Yeah, man. Pretty crazy. We didn't honestly expect to go this route when we kind of decided that we were going to do something different, and it kind of took a different path, and it took that path quick, and so we just went with it.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah, man. I love that, dude. Never, don't be afraid to just, follow your dream or whatever, you know what I mean? Take the risk, always bet on yourself, and I mean, and, if you've got the will, it'll work.
Well, and that's kind of what I figured. I mean, uh, for people that work in the patch, you always have that 5 year plan that turns into a 40-year plan, right? And it's just, I mean, it kind of came about. We were sitting around one night, my brother and I, and having a few rums by the fire. And I said, "Shooter," I said, "we got to stop this, man. Like, I'm tired of not seeing my family and being away all the time." And he says, "Yeah." He said, "What are we gonna do?" He says, "Well, e-commerce. I've always wanted to do e-commerce." And I said, "Well," he said, "Like what? I know nothing about it." And he says, "Well, Amazon store." I was like, "Okay, what are we gonna sell?" And his wife pops up and says, "Well, let's start with fake eyelashes." I'm like, "Well, I know nothing about this, but I mean, whatever. I'll trust you guys. If you think it's worth it, we'll give her a go." So we started that up and tried to find other products to put in the store. And I'm sitting on site one night and I'm like scrolling through TikTok and I see these ads for sunglasses. I won't mention the name of the competitor, but
Yeah.
oh, I was like, that's a pretty good idea. Safety glasses, sunglasses. So I started searching for manufacturers and crunching numbers, and it kind of worked out. And I thought, well, safety glasses, sunglasses, they sell better with a brand on them. And my contracting name is Big Dawg, and so we threw that around for a while, played with it, and changed some spelling and whatnot. And next thing you know, we're ordering glasses, and people are pre-ordering. We're sold out before we even got them.
Fuck yeah, man. No, dude. I like them, dude. I got some over there. Fucking, I'll go get them in a little bit here, man. But fucking, man, like I'm with Heat Waves, right? Like a big Heat Wave guy. They're the first sunglass company I worked for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but they're based out of California. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like,
yeah.
I don't think I can't say I don't think, man, because I honestly I don't know, but like they've been pretty good to me. I've made money off them for the last, 4 years, I guess. Right. And, but, you know, um, It's Canadian, dude. It's Canadian. It's not just Canadian. It's Albertan. It's not just Canadian and Albertan. It's oil field. You know what I mean? And gotta support the guys just grinding it out like me, trying to, you are me. You know what I mean? And I am you. And that's fucking, dude, you gotta support that.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And that's kind of where I came with it, right? Like, I mean, there's Heat Waves, there's Two Savage, there's a few big brands out there.
Boo.
And a lot of people actually don't understand the history and the story or where these corporations are from. And what we try and advertise is that, yes, Canadian, Albertan, but yes, oil patch guys that are all about understanding and trying to make things affordable. We're not greedy. We're not charging $300 a pair. I've always been an Oakley guy. Always. That's been my go-to forever. And I have nothing against them, but overpriced, and I figured let's make something that's a fair price. I mean, there's cost behind running a business, so we can't give them away for free, but let's make something a fair price and affordable. Let's not be greedy and try and get rich off of 20 guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you do sweaters and shit now too with the Big Dawg logo on it?
So as a matter of fact, our design for our sweaters is completed. We have agreed upon a order. Tonight I will be making that order, which is also kind of exciting because we actually just secured a booth at the Taboo show in Edmonton.
Nice.
So we're making big orders.
Get your dildo or get your fucking Big Dawg glasses, bro.
Well, we actually got asked to partner up with another company for that kind of stuff, but I don't know if we're really about that kind of thing.
Oh, buddy, for money to get the fuck out of the patch, you're about dildos, man. Get on it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I agree. We have a couple of very well-known OnlyFans girls coming to promote and offer some signings and posters and stuff. So that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah,
that is cool, man. I like that, man. When is the Taboo show?
Taboo show is November 14th to 16th.
2 weeks away, man. I'll be home. I'll be in Edmonton.
Sweet. Well, you better come hang out with us. Yeah, man. We'll get you a ticket.
Where is it?
Edmonton Expo.
Okay. Is it the Butterdome or?
No, the Edmonton Expo Center. So that would be the one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but just off of Gretzky Drive.
Oh, where K-Days is.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, that's like 10 minutes from my house, man.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Come on down. Yeah, Michaela Moon will be there. I don't know if you know who she is.
I know who Michaela Moon is. I've never seen any of her content. If the wife is watching, I've never seen her content.
Yeah, same here. I'm not one to watch or to be part of that content or whatever. Yeah. Nothing against it, but no, I found her on TikTok and reached out to her, and she's an amazing person. Awesome. She's wants to help, and she's been very helpful. And so she's going to come out on Saturday and hang out with us, and we'll have some posters that she'll sign, and she'll take some pictures with some people, and it'll be. Do
you know who Emma Stone is?
Emma Stone.
Yeah, you know who Emma Stone is? No. She's on OF, and she was an oil field or is an oil field medic.
Oh yeah.
There's man, you should look for Emma Stone. You should ask her to come to the Taboo show. She moved to OnlyFans OF changed her life, right? Like she's been on the podcast. She twice, maybe once for sure. She just got married. She was on OF or is on OF. She made a lot of money on there. She was like 0.5 top 0.5 creator, and she still does the oil field medic stuff. She just does it when she wants to now, right? Because hey, this is why she got into it, so she didn't have to be away for so long, right? So yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
You should ask Emma.
Yeah, I'll definitely try and contact her too. We have another girl that's kind of just started out. Her go-to name is Carhartt Babe.
I know who Carhartt Babe is.
Yeah, so she's trying to come out for the Friday and Sunday as well.
I haven't seen her OF that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen her content on Instagram.
Yeah.
I believe it's on Instagram where I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and same thing, right? Somebody that's trying to do something to support the family and not be away. So another fantastic, very kind person. She's down to earth, not somebody that's difficult to have a talk with. So it's exciting.
Fuck yeah, man. I love that. Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, dude. I'm back in I just got back to Fox Creek like 3 days ago, man. I'm fucking, I took a year away from this place, dude, where I'm working now. I'm on a cement job tomorrow at 4 p.m. on a triple. And dude, I'm excited, because like when 7 years here, right? I did that for 7 years, right? Even when I was away for that year and a half I was gone for, I was still dreaming about cement jobs, right? I'm still like fucking bulk and get the invert. Why do I got invert in my eyes? Why does it burn, right? And fucking today I was fucking, on a pipeline cleaning up a pipeline thing and doing all that shit. And man, my foot, dude, I broke my ankle fucking this past February. And I made it my entire personality for fucking 8 months, dude. And I'm trying not to talk about the ankle anymore, but like I can't help it. It was a big part of my life and what's happening in it right now, right? So, but I broke the ankle and fucking I got railroaded by the company I was working for. They just tossed me out. They're like, hey, you know what? We're done with you. Here you go. Sorry. They used my injury against me 3 times in writing in the last couple of weeks. So fuck them. Yeah. And yeah, dude. And I'm back here, and I'm fine with that too. Like it's a way to feed the family, brother. And I'm pumped, dude. But today I recognized or realized, I worked all summer. I do road construction in the summer. I'm allowed to grow my beard out, and so um, you know, uh, on smooth flat surfaces, my leather boots are good for my ankle. There's ankle support, right, and like
Hmm.
good, it feels good. But yesterday I wore my leather boots, and the ground, the oil field, right? The ground just like like
Oh
uneven,
yeah.
rocky and bumpy and shit like that. The leather boots didn't allow the ankle to move at all. So my foot it got hard to walk 12 hours in, it was like, ooh, fuck, this hurts. Today I wore my rubbers, man. And my rubbers, that it allows the ankle to move around and kind of go with the incline of the ground and whatnot. And I was watching it and I was feeling it. It's on my mind all day, right? And I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, how does that feel, right? I'm like, oh, that didn't feel bad, right? So when the ground is nice and smooth and flat, leathers. Anything else, rubber boots. Let it move around and not be held in one place. So yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating. I know I'm dealing with a knee injury myself now, and it's like sometimes you want to do something and you go to do it, and you're like, oh, no, I better not do that because I'll
Yep.
be out.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it is. It's a little frustrating, dude. Like it's interesting. It's like science, right? We're putting Humpty Dumpty back together again here, right? So like it's kind of like what works and what doesn't anymore, right? And the doctor said, it'll be about a year before this gets better, right? So fully, I dislocated 2 bones and I broke 2 bones, and the dislocations hurt more than the breaks did, right? So
Hmm.
fucking where I'm feeling it, and it's not just, oh, my foot is sore. What part of my foot is sore, right? Where am I feeling that today? Well, a couple weeks ago I was feeling it in the fibula where I broke one of the bones I broke, right? I'm like, oh, okay, I'm feeling that. Now, okay, now where am I feeling? Oh, that's below the ankle ball. I cracked it. I seared the ankle ball. I sheared it off pretty much.
Yeah.
And then I dislocated the bone that connects the foot to the leg. Oh, I'm feeling it in there right now today, right? Okay. It's just rebuilding muscle at this point. My leg got really, I didn't walk on it for 8 weeks, right? It was like, ugh. And then when I did, my leg was like this fucking skinny, right?
Man, that's brutal.
What'd you do to your knee?
Oh, I got T-boned in a truck, and I honestly don't know. It turned out that there was a gash in the cartilage that connects my knee. I don't know how it happened, but
Shit.
you can feel it. That's for sure.
Yeah, that fucking sucks, dude. It sucks, man. Getting old is not fun, man. And then throwing injuries. My back is already shot, bro. Throw a fucking not my back's fine, but like throw a fucking foot in there, and it's like shit, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. The older we get, the old man always told me when I started the oil patch, he's like, you only got one body, you better take care of it. And at that age, I mean, as a blue collar guy, what do you know, right? I got this, I can do it. And yeah, as we get older, I'm like, oh yeah, I feel that, I feel that. Yep, it all comes back to you.
As I get older, I'm pushing 40 here. As I get older, and with the injury, right, I realize my mortality is very much in fucking full view here, right? Like I'm not invincible anymore. I never was, but like to that 20-year-old kid who got into the oil field, right? Like fuck, man, like I'm invincible. Yeah, I'll lift you.
That's right.
And you get older, you start getting hurt, you start feeling things. No, man, you're not invincible anymore. Everything you did back then, now it's time to pay the price, right? Like you're paying for things you did 20 years ago now, right? And like that's
100%.
scary.
100%. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's time to get out, right? And everybody says that 5-year plan, and we all know it never happens. And
Yeah.
then you wind up living the Alberta dream. I mean, a lot of guys, myself included, divorce, child support, and then you're chasing bills constantly. Everybody thinks, oh, you're out there, you make good money, but there's a lot of expense involved too.
Oh, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, man. Yeah, there is a lot of expense involved, man. And yeah, it's and not just financial expense either, right?
That's
Like
right.
you
Yeah,
you can't you like
lifestyle.
divorce and you're got a couple kids, child support and whatnot. Yeah, sure, that's financial, but emotional as well, right? And then your
Absolutely.
emotional tolls turn into physical tolls, and then yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, look at you. You're fucking big dog. You've been in the patch what 20 some odd years.
That's right. Yeah.
20 some odd years. You're only 40, but you're only 40. But the rest of you, you know.
Oh man, I'm telling you, yeah. For your age is one thing, but how you feel is another.
How old
Yeah.
are you? Oh, I'm 40. Dude, you look 60. Overtime.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, shit, man. Fuck yeah, man. No, it's yeah, I got in with the 5-year plan, right? I got in with the 5-year plan. Hey babe, I applied for this job. It's out of town. I didn't move all the way across the country to work at fucking Leon's. So, hey babe, I applied for this job. It's out of town. I'll be gone for a few weeks at a time here, but we're gonna have money and we're gonna live a good life, right? And it'd only be for a couple years, catch up on bills, buy a house, buy a car. Well, 16 years later, where's the fucking house, right? The car, well, that version of the car, it's gone. Another version got written off, and now I'm on my third version. And I'm not divorced, not fucking paying any child support or anything. Been with my wife for 20 years, so and then we just celebrated 20 years and married for 13. So fuck yeah, man. It's good. But yeah, I mean, my 5-year plan is what we're doing right now, man. Yours is the glasses and mine is the podcast and the content. And I make decent money at it all. So we're trying to grow that, make enough money to maybe be able to walk away and and live off the content, right? So yeah, it's going good. But I did back myself into a corner at the same time. I make videos about being at work. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to change that, eh?
yeah, I think when the time comes, I think just be honest about it. Be like, yeah, man, I don't work anymore, but I can still make those videos and still make relatable content. I live in Alberta, man. How many pump jacks are near my house, right? How I can go on Rig Finder and go look for a rig and be like, hey, I can make a video at a rig. You know what I mean? Just like kind of have it in the background somewhere. You know what I mean? But I don't think I'll ever truly not work. It's just not be away as much, and I'm already doing it. I had my biggest month on Facebook this month that I've ever had, right? It's a good month money wise. I'm only going to work 2 weeks this month, right? Coming up, and I'll go spend, a week and a half or whatever at home, right? And be just fine. So, like it's already starting to happen. The dream's already starting to come true, man. And you're kind of doing the same thing. So
That's awesome. I'm happy for you. Like that's what every man hopes to, right? Spend more
right?
time with his family and less time at work. But yeah, I mean, same thing. I'm not greedy. I'm not charging astronomical amounts for our items. I do and will still have to work, part time or whatever. That
Yeah.
and that's fine with me. But yeah, same thing. I'd like to take the summer off and take my kids out camping and stuff like that. And I think that COVID had a lot of that eye opening for that for me because I was stuck in a routine of always being gone, and then all of a sudden there was no choice but to be home. And the kids and I did a lot of camping, quadding, off-roading, hunting, stuff like that, and we had such a blast. It really opened my eyes that I needed to get to know my kids better and be a bigger partner in their life.
That was breaking my ankle for me, man.
Yeah.
It forced me to slow down, sit on the couch, and spend time with the family. And I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder this year, just prior to breaking my ankle.
No
And
kidding.
so I was able to sit down. BetterHelp sponsored the podcast, and I got free therapy out of it. Right, so I saw a therapist 2-3 times a week. I got to, figure out what I was feeling and how to deal with that. And also, I'm not alone, right? And, my family, my wife, she's like, I've been, she said something to me, and I've talked about this a lot, but she said something to me that really just like fucking, it was like a punch to the face, right? It was in a good way. She's like, for 20 years, I've had to fight you for you every day because no one else was going to do it.
Mm.
Right. And she's, man, who fought for her during that time, right? And so now I'm on a mission. I'm making it my mission. That woman fucking deserves, everything and anything that she should want, right? So, we're the fucking the mental health, that side of being away, and it's not just from being away. That just made it worse. But like, I have a lot of shit that stems from my childhood that fucking comes out when you're sitting in a camp room all by yourself staring at
Oh
four
yeah.
walls and fucking in a rig tank at 2 o'clock in the morning in -40, and you're mad at the fucking world and you're getting covered in invert. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you just get all that shit just come out, right? And then yeah, you fucking, it's horrible, man.
I think that's a big thing too that a lot of people don't understand, right? They're like, "Oh, it must be nice. You have your meals cooked for you and your bedding changed and whatever, and you're making money." But a lot of people don't understand. I mean, men's mental health has become much more of an awareness nowadays, which is really good. And I
Yep.
mean, awesome that your wife is stuck with you and fought for you because most women nowadays will walk away in a heartbeat. But the mental health and being stuck in camp, uh, right now as a subcontractor working 30, 40, 50 days at a time, stuck in camp, secluded, those things, your mental stuff gets to you. Yeah, you sit in that room and you ponder and think, and it gets bad. People don't get that. It's not easy.
Nope. And then you eat the same fucking bologna sandwich for lunch every day, right? And you
Yeah,
don't get exactly the healthiest meals in camp either, right?
that's right.
So
Yeah.
that's what I like about the condo here, man. Like in the summertime when I'm on the road, my wife packs me like 2 weeks worth of food, right, at a time. When they're having their meals at home, she always makes a little bit to have a leftover or two leftovers. She puts them in the freezer. I come home or I run out of food on the road, and she comes and like she's driven 10 hours to restock my food for me, like fucking, it was interesting because usually in the wintertime, she goes back to stocking the freezer for summertime, right? And
Hmm.
I'm in camp, so they feed me. Well, now we got the condos and I need food. So she's still, I've got 14 days worth of food here right now. I've got a roommate, we barely see each other. He's on days off right now for 7 days. So I've got the condo to myself. And then, he's on a different shift than I am. So I never see him. Right. So, when he's on days off, she'll come up and hang out. Right. I just got here 3 days ago. So there's no point. But so when I run out of food, she'll run me more, right? And it's good, man, to have that little piece of home on the road all the time is fucking phenomenal, dude. And I love it, And the condo is great for that, man. I cook craft dinner tonight, like fuck yeah, man. Look, it's right here. It's right here. I had the whole fucking pot,
Nice.
bro. I just ate it on the pot,
And it's funny because like for a guy that's been in camp for 30 days, what a guy would do for a pot of craft dinner, I'm telling
Oh,
you.
dude, I haven't had craft dinner in years, man. Like I haven't cooked my own. My wife, when I come home, she wants it to be a good meal, right? So she
Yeah.
doesn't cook craft dinner for me, right? So like I'm sitting there and I noticed she packed me 2 boxes of craft dinner here. There's like fucking 5 meals just from Thanksgiving dinner in the fridge right now, in the freezer, right? And so I saw the 2 boxes of craft dinner. I'm like, I could have turkey and ham or craft dinner. Fuck yeah, man, craft dinner, right? Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I hope more companies go that route. I mean, a lot of the remote areas you have no choice but to stay in camp, and
Yeah.
I get that. But yeah, being able to have your family come visit you, and even for me, like my dog, which is the face of the company, for him to be able to come to work with me is a huge help mentally. They used to offer or allow dogs on the in the patch a lot more. Unfortunately, liabilities and insurance wise, it's become a thing of the past. But mental awareness with men out in the patch is a huge thing, and I think that having a pet and your family being allowed to come visit would make a huge difference.
Absolutely. Fuck, man. Dude, I have one of my other coworkers. He lives in Edmonton too, right? And he just had a baby, right? And he's in a condo down the street here because I think they have like 3 or 4 different condos. And he is staying in a condo down the street. His family's up right now. He took him trick or treating in Fox Creek tonight, man. We got off work and he's out there trick or treating with his kids right now, man. And he just had a baby. Yeah, she's 1 year old or something like that. Yeah, man. He's got like 3 kids, 4 kids. So yeah.
Man, how awesome is that? My my youngest is 8 and she's out trick or treating. I got a picture, thankfully, but
Yeah.
and last year I was home, so I got to take her, which was fun. But my oldest daughter had a baby 6 months ago, so my granddaughter's 6 months old now. And how
Congratulations,
sad
man.
is it? Sorry.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, but how sad is it, right? Like those are the things that I want to go do, and unfortunately, I'm out here instead of getting those opportunities with my. I swear, I'm not going to do that with my grandkids like I did with my kids.
Yeah, man. My kids today, man, that was their costumes. My
Oh,
oldest is 8. My oldest there is 8. She went out as the Life of a Showgirl version of Taylor Swift, and my youngest is 5, and she went out as a dead prom queen for Halloween.
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, man. They got they just went back to school 2 days ago, I guess, after the strike. The strike's over now, so they went back to school there, and so they had their Halloween parade today. They were all excited about it, and yeah, man. She's like, I want to be a dead zombie. My dead prom queen. My youngest is just such a little savage and creepy little fuck like that. She loves the dead blood fucking gory screamy fucking Chucky and Jason Voorhees shit, man. Like, yeah, she loves
That,
that stuff.
that's awesome though that she's not too sensitive with that stuff, right?
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. Okay, so my 5-year-old is fucking smart beyond her years, smarter than a 5-year-old should be. And you're getting that a lot now with these kids, right? And she's too smart for her own good, right? And sometimes it's hard when I'm having a conversation with her. I'm like, am I fucking talking to like, an adult here? Like, what the fuck? And then she'll throw a temper tantrum. Right. And I'm like, oh, fuck, there it is. Right. There it is. Right. I gave this kid shit one day, right? She's 5 years old. I think this was a year and a bit ago. So she was 4, right? I gave her shit one day and I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, I can't remember what I said to her, but she looked at me and I don't get along with my dad, right? She's like, you know what? Well, at least my dad loves me. Right. And I was like, wow. I'm like, fuck, we'll change that real quick, won't we? Like, fuck.
Smart asses they are, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Well, you know, we have a theory. A lot of people have a theory about it, right? They're five. She was born at the beginning of the pandemic, 2 days before the pandemic started, right? So like they grew up on fucking rage, right? We were all sitting on the couch watching the news every day, and they are just sitting beside us, fucking feeling that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that would make a difference too. Absolutely.
Fuck yeah, it would, man. My daughter didn't even see a park until she was almost 1 years old. Yeah,
How sad is that too? And that's the worst
yeah,
part about that is that my children's education and social skills suffered so badly for that, you know. And it's hard because now my kids don't really have the social skills or ability to confront awkward moments as much because they were
my
stuck in
my
a house.
youngest, my oldest started school exactly when she was supposed to, so we got lucky that way, right? And my youngest, she just started kindergarten this year in September. Or yeah, September, and then we go into a teacher strike, right? So she's
Hmm.
school for a month, off for a month, right? So
Yeah, that was tough too. I'm glad they're back because I mean, I understand the teachers and I understand the
yeah.
situation, but at what cost to our children and our children's education and future?
Yeah, I hear that, man. It's a tough situation, and I don't really like Marlena, dude. I'm having issues with Danielle Smith right now. Like I'm, as a conservative man, a blue collar conservative guy. You want to be like, yeah, fucking conservative. I'll support you no matter what, right? And that's unfortunately the way most of Alberta is. And fucking Danielle Smith, man, she's just, so we can't get mad at Justin Trudeau when he fucking, breaks the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, when he violates it, and then celebrate when Danielle Smith does it. You know what I mean? We gotta hold them accountable.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
But the problem is that we can't. Unfortunately, the way it's turned is that as society we can't hold anyone accountable because they just make excuses
Yep.
and it disappears under another stack of papers.
That's true. That's very
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Absolutely, man. And it's sad. We're coming into a time, where we've been in a time now where, hard times created by weak men, right? And it's creating, hard times, or weak men create hard times create good strong men, right? And that's we're gonna be a while before we see those strong men back creating good times, right? So it's where's the world gonna be in that time frame, right? And do you have another 20 years in you to fucking wait and see? You know what I mean?
Well, and I mean, for me, I'm not so worried about me. It's my kids, and more so the grandkids that I feel really bad for because they're going into a time where it's scary to think about. I mean, even as we sit now, my daughter just moved out, got her own apartment, and the cost of living is so terrible.
Yeah.
um it's almost to the point where us, blue collar oil patch guys making six figures are in poverty.
Dude. Dude, yeah. Oh my God. So I was just talking about this today on TikTok live. When I moved out of my dad's house 20 years ago, I was paying $500 a month for rent, right? That same apartment now is 2 grand,
Yep.
right? And fucking when my dad was I was growing up in my dad's house, like before he bought a house, we were in a townhouse that one of my friends lives in right now. My dad was paying $600 a month for that townhouse. Right? It was a nice townhouse. That townhouse is now $2,000 a month plus utilities, right?
Yeah.
Like that's man, life is just fucking nuts, bro. I struggled to pay that $500 when I first moved out.
Oh,
I don't
absolutely.
know. My sister just moved out on her own and she's paying almost $2,500 a month for a fucking apartment.
Yeah. And how's that afford, especially if you're working, 18, $20 an hour in town? I don't understand how people make it. you know I looked at moving and saw the cost for a house to rent in the city, and I decided, no, I need to stay where I'm at whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I talk about it lots. You know, it's funny because our parents always said, "Oh, when I was your age, I walked uphill both ways, no shoes to school,"
Fucking
right?
bro.
And
Fucking
it was,
boomers.
oh yeah, okay, whatever. And now that I'm kind of sitting in their seat, I'm like, I totally get this now. You know, when I was a kid, my mom would give me $20 and for a Friday night, and I'd go put a half a tank of fuel in the car. I'd buy a pack of cigarettes and a 6 pack of beer, and I'd still have change left over.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
but we also worked hard for it. And I'm not saying that people don't work hard these days, but man, like you can't go out for under $150
If
anymore.
I want to go to the movies, it's going to cost me $120, $140.
Even McDonald's, man.
Oh my
Holy, like,
God, dude. Yes. Yeah.
I go to take my daughter to McDonald's. It's $35 for two
It's not a
people.
Happy Meal no more, bro. That's a not so Happy Meal, you know?
That's right. That's exactly it. I tell her, I said, kiddo, let's go have a steak. It's the same price and we'll eat
Yeah.
better.
Let's go to the
Man.
keg. Let's go to the keg, man. I'll give you a fucking steak, with some mushrooms on top. You won't get a toy with it, but it's fucking just the
It's,
same.
we'll go to the dollar store after. That's fine. You want a toy? No big deal. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
it's sad, and it's sad that my kids don't get to experience life the way we did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough out there. Um, yeah, we're at a point where, like, at every other time in history, the wealth gap became so big that the rich were literally eaten by the poor, right?
Yes,
And we're at that point again. This is
absolutely.
this isn't a new thing, it's history repeating itself is what it is, right? And here we are.
I honestly think we need the reset. It's just scary to watch your kids go through that.
Well, yes. Well, look what Klaus Schwab said, right? About the Great Reset, right? And I had a guy on the podcast who were talking about it. He's like, man, they did it. They already did it. What do you think COVID was? COVID was the Great Reset, right? And
Absolutely.
fucking we're going through hard times right now. What did we always say? I always said, okay, so, and this is crazy to say, but like, in theory, socialism works. In theory, right? In theory, socialism works. Um, in order to get there, a lot of people have to starve and a lot of people have to die, right? Well, what's happening right now? A lot of people are starving and a lot of people are dying, right? Are we in that point where we're going through socialism, and at the end of that, socialism done right, will work? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's fucked up.
I totally agree with you, but the scary part is that not often does socialism work because it's not done correctly,
Because of
right?
greed. Yeah.
So society's become about greed, and nowadays the socialism idea is now just making the rich richer.
Yep. Yep. You can't get ahead, man. You can't.
Mm.
What was it? We had this conversation, and it was, if you make $30,000 a year, you're better off than like 95% of the world.
How's that?
Most of the world doesn't even make 30 grand a year.
No way.
Yeah. Look at this. Mookie Betts drives in two is a lot. Oh, game 7. It's going to game 7.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. It's,
They hung on for one more, eh?
they held on. Well, the Jays could have won it tonight.
Yeah.
The Dodgers hung in there. So yeah, like, fucking yeah, dude. I don't even know where I was going with that.
No, it's just yeah, it's crazy where we're headed. It's kind of scary, but yes, there could be some positives involved with it too, I suppose. But I think we just need to find the right government that is more in it for the people than they are to line their pockets like the last one we had
Wouldn't
in the
it be
seat there.
scary if that government was the NDP?
Oh,
Wouldn't it
man.
be scary?
Like,
Scary?
yeah.
We'll never know. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah. The sad part is no matter how we vote, it's always out of our control now.
Oh, always, man, always. Hey, so you said you're in water transfer, hey?
Right now, I'm doing water transfer. Yep, you betcha.
Nice, man. How do you like that? How'd you get into water transfer? How do you like it?
Well, I mean, I've done everything, right? I was on drilling rigs for years and whatnot, and a friend of mine, I was looking for work, and he said, "Oh man, I'm working for this company now, and it's pretty sweet. You know, all you need is a diesel truck." Actually, that's not true. Pardon me. I was working for a company, and I was doing integrity digs for them. That's where I met you the first time,
We
and
met before?
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were installing sleeves on that job, but you showed up on the job. And I had no clue who you were. This is years ago. And the whole operator comes up. He's like, his name is Mike. And he says, "Do you know who that is?" And I was like, "Man, I have no idea. What are you talking about?" He's like, "That's fucking Dick Frost." And I'm like, "Well, who the hell is that?" So, of course, I had to go back to my truck and search it up. I'm like, "Fuck, this guy's hilarious."
Thanks.
Yeah, but yeah, we were slow, and they had a water division, and I went into the office. I was like, "Man, I need a paycheck." They're like, "Oh, we'll send you out with water," and so I did that for a while, and then went back to integrity digs, and after a while, I got laid off of that. And my buddy's like, "Yeah, man," he's like, "I'm working for this company doing water transfer. All you need is the diesel," because back then I was using company truck. And so I set up a truck and bought some tools, and away I went, and didn't even look back. Here I am.
Does it come with your own alarm clock and all the crayons you can eat or what?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, they gotta wake you up or the alarm clocks to wake you up every fucking couple hours.
Man, it does get pretty boring. Yeah, you betcha. You, but there's, I mean, when it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, it sucks, man. You know, 40
Yo,
below, you got to blow out in the line. You're soaked in water, frozen. You know, can barely move because your coveralls are frozen. There's good times and bad times in every job.
of course. I work on a vac truck, bro. I know
Yeah.
all
Oh
about the
man,
winter.
that's one that I said I would never do. I mean, we'll do what we have to make our bills, but that's a tough one.
When I left here, man, I gave all the praise in the world to the vac truck guys. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't on a vac truck anymore, but it was like fucking toughest job in the patch right there, right? Fucking in the wintertime, shittiest fucking job in the patch. And I'm like, fuck, I hope I never have to do that again. And then, you know, here I am, man. It's fucking. I got real dirty earlier, and I'm like, fuck, I haven't been this dirty in a long time, right? And it's like, shit, you just wear the day on you, right? Every day.
But honestly, sometimes it feels good too. I mean, I still to this day miss throwing tongs on the floor of a rig.
Yep. Yep.
I hated it when I did it. Hated it. But now that I'm not doing it, I'm like, man, like I remember those good days screaming and yelling on the floor with everyone and joking around, making fun of each other. It was just a good time.
Yeah, man, dude. You know what? I said that when I was off for 7 months or whatever it was with my ankle, 6 months. When I was off, man, I got back to work and I missed the camaraderie with the boys. You know what I mean? Like first thing someone comes up to me and says, "Did you get to play with your dick a lot?" "Oh man, I bet you played with it a lot." And I'm like, bro, this feels a little personal right now. Like I can't talk like this with my kids and my wife. What the fuck? Right. But I'm like, yeah, I did, man. Like, fuck, it was great.
Rip
And
that sucker right off.
oh, dude, I played with it till it didn't exist anymore. Yeah,
Uh,
man.
it's
It was it was
hilarious.
it was the
But that's the way it
camaraderie.
is, right?
Yeah, man.
And it's, I mean, some people may think it's inappropriate, but when you're out here, that stuff keeps you entertained.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember this guy. His name is Nate, and he's a Derrickan now, but he was just I think he was either at that time he wasn't. I think he was either a motorman or he was still fucking floor hand. And I think this was like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And I remember it was before social media started anyway. And I'd see this guy all the time, right? And his wife is from where I'm from originally. So we already, like had that connection, right? So we were just shooting the shit, and the safety guy's over here watching us, and the push is over here, and he's watching us. And buddy, he put what did he put? A pizza pocket. He had a pizza pocket in his mouth, right? And he went down to tie his shoes. or was it me? I went down to tie my boot. And when I came back up, he had moved just close enough where my mouth met the other end of the pizza pocket. And without hesitation, we just like both started chewing, right? And so we were pretty much the safety guy's just like, what the fuck am I watching right now? And then he walked away. The push is just like sitting there like like trying not to shit his pants. He was laughing about it, right? And man, this guy, I seen this guy last like a year and a bit ago, and we still talk about it, right? We still talk about it whenever we see each other. Yeah, it was a fun fucking time, man. Like that, I'll always remember that kind of shit.
That's hilarious. We actually, I mentioned something very similar to that the other day to the Stimulate guys. They're out there. They were talking about how their office brought out breakfast sandwiches and left one for them on night shift, and there's two of them. And I was like, "Oh, so you gonna lady and trap style that shit or what?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember you know, anything to make, anything you can use to make a dick out of, you're doing it, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
fucking we had fucking, hardened up fucking barite. We were forming it into like penises and putting it on the side of the rig, and then, just like coming in and just sitting on it, and then like fucking, cleaning a C-ring. I was cleaning a C-ring and fucking just fucking oily, and I drew a big dick into the side of it with the wash wand, and fucking just, man, I love that shit, and it's sort of how I got my name, like Dick Frost, like I work on a vac truck, so like I'm fucking sitting there, and it's funny, man. I had actually come up with the name Dick Frost like before TikTok and social media, right? Like I built a snowman and I put my hard hat on him, right? And he was Frosty. And I'm like, fuck, my name's Richard. So Dick. And I'm like, there's Dick Frost, the best swamper in the oil patch. He doesn't even fucking talk back. He can't, right? So then one day I'm steaming pump jacks. I'm steaming pump jacks, and it's minus 48. It's a polar vortex, and I'm steaming and I'm standing downwind from the steam. Couldn't stand upwind because there was consultants over there. So I'm standing downwind and I'm taking all the steam. Well, like the end of the day, I had a like 3-inch layer of ice around my hard hat. Fucking icicles hanging off my glasses. My beard, my mustache just caked in ice. My raincoat had so much frost and fucking ice on it, it wouldn't unzip. I had to take it off over my head like a sweater, and it stood up on its own. Right. And I'm like, oh, fuck Dick Frost reporting for duty. Right. And I posted it on Facebook, and I get back to the shop. My boss is like, what up, Dick? Right. And then, yeah, man. And then fucking, I guess a year or so later, I started the social media thing. I needed a name. Boom. There it was. Right. So, yeah.
I actually think I might remember something about that snowman on Facebook. Did you post a picture of that? I want to say there was something about
I
that.
did. I did
Yeah.
post a picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
It's,
man.
and it's funny how like things that we do, we don't plan in our lives. They just kind of fall on our laps, right? And you got to roll with it. And that's the biggest thing I learned is, a lot of people say without risk, there's no reward. And so if you don't jump forward and push yourself into that situation, you're never going to succeed.
Never. Never. Man, I wanted to do Vine. You remember Vine?
Yes.
I wanted to do Vine, right? I was like, man, I think I could do this, but like I never jumped on it because like I didn't have the balls or whatever to jump on it. I didn't just take the chance and do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, during the fucking pandemic, I'm sitting at home, and my wife and my sister and a couple other people are sending me TikToks. They're texting me these TikToks. I'm like, I'm never gonna watch these fucking things, right? Fuck that. So I started a TikTok account, and I'm like, send them there, right? And then I'm sitting at home, and I'm like, fuck. So I start watching them, like, fuck, that's pretty funny. Fuck, that's funny. Fuck, I could do that, right? So then I go back to work and I start making TikToks, right? And fucking here we are, man. It's fucking wild, dude. You take that chance, right? It's changed my life, man.
And that's awesome, and it's crazy too because did you ever think when a year before that you would be doing these podcasts and have all these people that know who you are and want to hang out with you and you know it, it's
No,
crazy how it just falls on your lap so quickly.
dude, it's insane, man. Like you get these companies that want to partner up with you and collaborate with you. I'm not talking about like Big Dawg. Big Dawg is good shit, right? They're the small, that small, not yet big time, but it's small potatoes right now, and like it's, oil field, right? Like we're one. But I'm talking about like other collaborations I've done with actual like chain companies. Like it's a chain store, right? And they're like, hey man, we love your videos and we love your style and we want to work with you, right? You fucking make these videos for them and they're just like, hey man, can you change a little bit of that? And I'm like, okay. And they're like, just one or two things. And then they send me a whole fucking list of shit. And they're like, maybe something like this. And they just reel off a whole script for you. And then it's like, fuck man, why didn't you just start with that? You've never seen my videos. You don't like me. You just see the number behind my name and you want that, right? Okay, cool, right? I've had to do so many videos over the last, like, even the last month for a company that I'm working with that they're like, oh yeah, I know, we want your sense of humor. Well, okay, so I ate a fucking burger in a porta potty, right? And yeah, I'm like, yeah, man, like this, that's my humor. The people I follow that follow me, and we're all gonna find that funny, right? And fucking, they're like, maybe keep the porta potty out of it. Maybe no port. And I'm like, bro, you have no idea about my people. You don't even care. So, like, you know what? Just, yeah, I'll make what you want me to make and you pay me and we're good. Right. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's,
I don't
yeah,
really see it. And for me, I don't think I'd be about that. I am who I am. And it's like my
yeah,
what I do is that's my signature, and I'm not going to change just to make someone else happy. Like if
yeah,
you don't like my humor, and if you don't, then why'd you bother calling me? Call someone that you want for that script or
yeah.
that humor, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely,
Yeah.
man. Right now, I'm trying to take the family to Disney World, though. So,
Nah, you got to make some coin for that. That's
I'll
pricey,
water
man.
it down. I'll water it down for
Yeah,
them. Maybe in a couple years I'll be like, hey, no, fuck you. But like,
yeah,
yeah, fuck yeah, man. Hey, do you know what viscosity is?
I sure do.
What's viscosity in your words?
Viscosity is the thickness of the liquid.
Yeah, like thick. Yeah, man. So like the thickness of your load, like fucking how thick is your load, Right?
I wouldn't know. It's been a while, man.
you're
Fucking
shooting
calf.
you're shooting dust at this point, right?
Yeah, I got fixed after the last one, so yeah, there's nothing left there.
Fuck yeah, man. Where I'm going with that is the podcast is sponsored by the Mudman, and he deals in viscosity, right, on the rig and stuff. And I love this guy, man. This guy, for all your drilling fluid and laboratory testing equipment needs, man. This guy's fucking amazing, dude. At the beginning, the first like fucking couple months of the podcast, this guy's sponsored my podcast with a mic and a headset to make my life easier. And for all the shit that this podcast has gone through over the years, coming up on 3 years, man. I'm blown away. But all the shit it's gone through over the last 3 years, I needed that the most at the start, right? And then fucking last summer, this guy, he's like, well, what do you need? What can we help out with? And I couldn't edit. I couldn't edit for shit. So if we had issues, it went out that way, right? I couldn't do it until he sponsored the podcast with a MacBook Pro. And now, I record on it and I edit on it and I watch porn on it and fucking the keys are a little sticky, and fucking
That's awesome. I man, it's awesome to watch other people grow and do their thing. I fully believe in supporting others instead of trying to tear them down to make yourself succeed more. Like
Fuck
uh,
yeah.
to watch you grow into, like you said, 3 years now you've been doing this podcast. That's crazy. It's crazy to think about. 3 years ago you never would have thought you'd be sitting in this seat.
No,
And
sir.
I hope all the success for you to be able to spend more time with your family instead of being out in the field.
Fuck yeah, man. We're one episode away from 150, man. This is one episode 149.
Oh, no kidding. That's
Fuck yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Fuck yeah,
yeah.
man. Dude, I remember recording episode 150 weeks ago, just about, right? And like that's crazy, dude. We haven't missed a Tuesday in 3 years, just about. And I did, whew. Yeah, this podcast was built on a retarded schedule, right? And working 100 hours a week, creating content, podcast. The podcast is not just like, we've been recording almost an hour, right? It's not just record for an hour or more and then, you're done with it. It's record it, listen to it back, edit it, listen to it back, pick out trailers for it, listen to it back just to, where could I go better? Where could I be better next time? Listen to it back just because you want to hear it, right? And man, that's setting the time up, chasing you down, being like, hey man, you want to record? Hey man, are you ready? Getting our schedules together, man. I think a good like out of an hour and a half podcast, probably a good 12 hours goes into it.
Oh, for sure, without a doubt. I mean, it's no different for me. When I thought, oh, I'm going to start this brand of safety glasses and sunglasses, I
Fuck yeah.
didn't realize the work behind the scenes of it, right? I mean, you wake up, and I'm sure you're the same thing, 2,000 messages every day, right? Hey, man, this, hey, man, that. And the amount of contact that you have to have with people and the behind the scenes stuff is more than a full-time job.
It's crazy, dude. It's insane. I was actually having that conversation with my coworker today. He's like, man, I wanted to get into the TikTok thing, but I don't have that kind of time. And I'm like, dude, if you don't have time for it's your baby, right? Like, like, yeah, man, I have to be a father and a husband, and I have to be a good little soldier at work. And I actually have to work hard because everyone's watching me because they're like, oh, this guy makes videos on site. I bet you he doesn't work hard. Well, no, I'll outwork the fuck out of you and make my video, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's just how it has to go, right? Because I'm being constantly criticized, So like it's like okay, so there's and then watching the FYP to come up with more ideas, and then getting an idea but sitting on it for the right moment, not just like acting on it, like oh I gotta do this, right? No. You sit on, I've been sitting on sounds and fucking ideas for like a year, man. I got them written down. I'm like, all right, it has to be the right moment, the right time, the right background, the fucking everything, man. It's a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The setup for sure.
Yeah.
And that's that I could only imagine. I mean, I'm an impatient person, so when I want to do something or I want to throw out a new line or a new product, it's like I want it now. So to have to wait to test and whatever is tough, but to sit on a joke to get the right spot at the right time, especially
Yeah.
when you're working, that's tough.
Well, I had this sound and it's like, did you bring me down here to make me come, dude? Is this a setup? Right? Like I had that sound for a while and I didn't know how I wanted to use it, but I knew like it had to be the right moment. And like I was on a rig and they fed me lunch, right? I'm never on a rig at the proper time to be eating, right? Their food, but I just happened to be there. I'm like, fuck, this is awesome, right? And it's like when the consultant offers you free lunch and it turns out to be like a really good burger, right? And I'm like, did you bring me down here to make me come? And I'm like eating the burger. I'm like, is this a setup? Right. And like that was just the perfect time.
That's awesome.
It's fucking fun,
That's
man.
awesome.
It's
And
so fun,
that's the
dude.
content that all us blue collars are just thriving for, man.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, exactly. And like, yeah, man. I got a couple of videos. I'll be cleaning rig tanks tomorrow night. So I got a couple of videos I want to make in the rig tank. So yeah. Yeah.
Just make sure you're wearing those big dogs.
Oh,
I
but I
guess
don't
it's
want to get
night
them.
shift, so you can't see, but
I don't want to get them wrecked though. I don't want to fucking get them scratched.
oh my man, those things will put up with a lot of abuse. I guarantee that.
All right. I need to actually get a pair of clears, man, so I can wear
Yep.
my.
So we actually just got another order of clears in. I didn't think that the clears would sell out as fast as they did, so I didn't order enough of them. But we'll get you a set of clears out to you for
Fuck
sure.
yeah, man. Dude, you got hat. You said you had hats and shirts and shit coming, right?
So I haven't figured out a hat yet. The
Oh, that
sweaters,
takes a lot of time.
yeah, it does because you got to get it right. I've been working for 2 months on the sweaters, so I think we
Yeah.
got them right. We're gonna roll them out here probably end of the week. I think they'll be done printing, and they'll be at the. I think we're probably going to advertise them the first time at the Taboo show,
Fuck
and
yeah.
then from there we'll kind of move forward on some other stuff. But yeah, it's not like. You just, I mean, I spent probably $1,200 on sample hoodies to make sure that they were comfortable and proper fit,
Yeah.
right?
You have more fucking spending power than I do, brother.
I
I have my
don't.
own merch line and I refuse to spend that kind of money. You know how many hats I ruined trying to get the hats right?
Yeah,
Oh my God, man. It was stupid. It
yeah,
was stupid. I'm like,
absolutely.
that's why I only get stuff made to order, right? I don't carry any stock. I don't want to be held. I don't want to be caught carrying the bag, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I fucking yeah, and then my
Big risk,
stickers.
big reward, man.
That's true, man. That's true, man. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know, man. I have a lot more fun pushing other people's stuff anyways, you know? Like,
Well, and I think what you got is going for you good too, right? So,
yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a walking billboard. It's fucking stupid. I'm drinking the what no way guys fucking iced tea, and then I put it down and pick up the Rip Coffee guys coffee. I'm wearing the Rip Coffee guys hat, and then I change into a dirty hands clean money shirt, and then I fucking put on some Big Dawg glasses, and then and then I change into a fucking Bill Hilly fucking hat, and oh dude, it's and then Rig Dog. You seen the Rig Dog stuff?
I haven't. I should look into that.
Rig Dog's got nice stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
got some
I'll have to
nice
look at
logos
that.
for sure. I wore a nice sweater. It's funny, she wanted me to rock some of her hoodies, and I wore one. I made a video with it, and then I broke my ankle 3 days later. And then I was sitting in the basement for fucking 6 months. I wasn't wearing a sweater in the basement, so fucking yeah, I'll have to bust that sweater out here again this winter. So
Yeah. Yeah, well, and speaking of which, I mean, talking about Buckles and Blues and White Court, which is who
yes.
carries our glasses and safety glasses there. She has put an order in for sweaters as well, but she's got a lot of cool stuff in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Shelby, I worked with Shelby on the Alberta Strong wildfire evacuation charity event. And the
Okay.
podcast was pretty new at that point. Maybe less than a year, I think. And I did a 6 hour long live stream with the podcast. And we raised like fucking 13 grand or something like that.
So awesome.
Yeah, man, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, man. Yeah, and I meant to get into Buckles and Blues a couple weeks ago when I was working in White Court, but I was just like, we were working in White Court and they were just sending us home every night to Edmonton. So I'm like, yeah, fuck, with all that fucking construction going on around White Court right now, it was like, I gotta get home. Fuck,
Yep.
it's 2 hour drive right now with the construction. So
Yep. That's a long drive. That construction's frustrating too.
it
But
is.
yeah.
I was a part of it. I was the reason for some of it. So
Oh, I was yelling at you driving by then.
I was yelling leaving. So
That's hilarious.
Like, yeah, man. Dude, fucking where can people find you on the socials?
So our website is bigdawgstore.com, spelled DAWG, not DOG. Our Instagram is at Big Dawg Store, I believe. Oh God, that's put me on the spot. I don't remember. We have an Instagram page. Everything's connected through our website too, though. So if you go on our website, you can click on our TikTok and our Facebook and everything from there.
I love that, man. That's fucking I can't wait to see where this goes, you know what I mean? From one guy, trying to change my family's life to another, dude. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I can't wait, in like a year's time to be having a conversation with you and be like, you're just like, yeah, man, I work like fucking, 7 and 7 now, or 20 or 7 on and 20 off, like
Yeah,
you probably never
absolutely.
fucking keep it employed that way, but like,
Yeah, we'll hope that the future holds nothing but good things for both of us, right? It's just
yeah.
hard work and determination.
Fuck yeah, man. I wanted to give a shout out also to another one of the sponsors of the podcast, Tracy Chabot from CRM, Tracy from Chabot Resource Management, consultant in the oil patch. And, he sponsored the podcast with a Starlink last couple months ago now, couple months ago now. And man, that guy makes it possible to, record podcasts out on site or in camp or wherever, or I was up in northern Saskatchewan this past summer and had zero cell service. So it was good to be able to record podcasts and whatnot. And he came to the podcast because he likes our message about mental health and men's mental health and blue collar. And he wanted to help out in any way he could so we can continue spreading that message. So
That's awesome. And those Starlings are a game changer.
fuck, they are, dude. Like they
Yeah.
move fucking good, dude. It's not hooked up right now. I'm in the condo, so like I'll be taking it out to site tomorrow night, and probably be on site for like 18 hours and maybe work for 4. So like
Yeah, the joys, eh? We
yeah,
work
man.
lots out in the patch, though. Like,
Hey, yeah. We never get ass time, bro. Don't worry
No,
about
never.
it. Like fucking yeah, like don't worry. I won't be sleeping for like 3 hours or 4 hours.
Oh man, if you get caught, no, you can't nap on site. What do you mean?
What do you mean, man? There's no napping. What are you doing here?
I think there's a couch behind me.
Yeah, hey, as I'm sitting in a vac truck that has a bunk in it,
Yeah,
like hey, yeah, yeah, no, hey, I don't nap. Don't worry about it.
that's it. Yeah.
The Big Dog glasses are on. Fucking the blue shade Big Dog glasses are on. It's like midnight. Like hey, don't worry. The lights are bright. I'm just trying to, keep the lights out of my eyes. So
That light tower's pointing right at me. I don't know why.
shit. Yeah, man. Hey, bro, I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hell yeah, man. It's my baby, and I get just excited 3 years later to record, 100 episode 149 is just as exciting for me as episode 1 was. So, fucking, and I love when podcast release day. It's every Tuesday at 5 p.m. and I love podcast release day, and I'm always so fucking pumped to get that notification that On the Throne podcast episode, 149 Big Dawg is now streaming, and that just fucking, like I don't need Viagra or Cialis when that fucking notification pops up, right? So,
The viscosity gets real thick.
oh yeah. Those loads, man. They just fucking, you're making someone go fucking blind with that shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
keep doing what you're doing, Dick. I mean, it's awesome. We all love your laughs, and it helps everybody out on site when they're kind of having a hard time, right?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And like I started it because I was having a hard time and I needed to laugh, right? So, it was my outlet, and I needed to see something that was more more along someone like me, right? So I did it, and I didn't know that, tons of other people also felt that way. We were just all going to work together and not really talking about the shit that needed to be talked about. And so I started joking around about it, and everyone was like, me too, right? And so, there we go.
Yeah, yeah,
Fuck yeah,
absolutely.
man. Fuck yeah. I got one more question for you though, buddy. And it's a doozy, right? A lot of
Uh-oh.
people don't know how to fucking. A lot of people don't know how to. It's a hard one, I guess. So Mount Rushmore has 4 of the most influential people on the rock, right?
Oh
If
no.
fucking Big Dawg had their own Mount Rushmore, 4 people that he looked up to, inspired to be here, that inspired him, who would they be and why?
Wow, that is a tough one.
Well, we spend the whole
Um,
episode talking about boners and fucking, sitting on dicks and shit. And then, we're just like, you know,
now we're getting serious. I
yeah.
mean, a big one for me that has really hit my life hard in the past few years is Jelly Roll. I actually have his lyrics tattooed on me. He is a huge inspiration for me. He
Which
would
lyric?
definitely be up there. Sorry?
Which lyric?
It's the Save Me lyrics.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah,
song.
yeah. So gone through hard times myself, and listening to his music really pushed me into becoming a better person.
Fuck.
So he's definitely on there. Ooh, yeah, it's tough and emotional, that question. Uh,
Yeah.
my mom would be one on there. She passed away when I was 18 years old. Uh, but huge influence on my life, and she always taught me positivity and communication. So for sure, her. The 2 others, man, that's tough. Uh, there's so many people that could go up there. It's hard to really say. That's pretty much all I can really think of off the top of my head.
It's all good, brother. Hey, it's your Mount Rushmore, right? Like
That's
the
right.
actual story of Mount Rushmore, the guy that was building it, the heads on there are actually small, and there's so much more space for others. Is because he wanted to like show, he wanted to put other faces of greatness up there eventually, right? But he
Hmm.
got called off to war. He died in war, and then his son took over, and his son was like, you know what? Nobody fits the bill of greatness that these four men have shown us, right? And maybe then we'll never see men like that again. So
And that's another such meaningful story. And maybe I should know more about my history and all of that, but I should look into that more because that's quite amazing to think of.
fuck yeah, man. Yeah. Hey man, I was asked that in orientation by a boss one time.
Hmm.
If you had your own Mount Rushmore, who would you have on there? Four people. And like you get to thinking, and it's like, damn, you show me who your four people are, and that tells me a lot about you, right?
No, absolutely. Yeah,
Fuck yeah,
absolutely.
man. Fuck yeah. I used to have Austin Matthews on mine, but fuck that guy.
You chipped him off the rock, did you?
Fuck that guy. He's been replaced.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, buddy, I appreciate you coming on the podcast anyways, man. And I fucking, like I said, it's my baby, and I fucking love it. So
I appreciate being on here, and like I said, keep doing what you're doing, man. We love it.
thanks, man. Part of my BPD, my borderline personality disorder, is I've been, I guess chipped away at or invalidated my entire life. So it's really hard to accept praise and compliments from people, right? And so I've been working on that a lot in the last few months. Whenever anyone says, "Hey, man, I like what you're doing," or "Hey, I really enjoy this," I'm just like, "Thank you," like, "Thank you, I appreciate that," like, and that's hard, man. That's hard.
Yeah, I totally relate to that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what happens when you accidentally watch your sister's triple X rated film. So
Oh no.
that happened once. I triple X once by
I've
accident.
heard this. I've heard this part, but man, that's traumatic as shit.
You've heard the story? Where'd you hear that? Oh, from the
Uh,
video. From
I
the
think
video.
so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
boy.
I shared the shit out of that fucking link.
Oh no.
I made sure our dad fucking saw it. That's for damn sure. If I gotta see this, you gotta see this.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. All right, brother. Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Have a good one, man.
You too. And hey, man, stay frosty.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.